bee, get out of there. Can you? Get. What's up, guys? It's GrowJack Outdoors. And today, we're here in the pumpkin patch, as you can see. In today's video, me and my family went on a little camping trip this weekend, well, last weekend, and I've got behind on all my chores, so I have some weed eating to do, and I need to feed all my plants, and I'll give you a full garden update. So before we do that, I walked over here yesterday, and there's a female flower about to bloom on one of the pumpkins. So I tied it shut, and we'll pollinate it right now. And I'll show you the whole process of pollinating. While we're over here picking some male flowers, if you look in there, there's a pumpkin on some sand. And you probably can't tell, but there's a big heavy bucket of sand that I can't move on the top of this chair, but it's starting to get lopsided, and it's only 7 foot out. And you want it to be 10 to 12 foot out. So we wanted to take that because it used to be pretty circle, but it's starting to get lopsided. So we're gonna see if that one right there takes. But right here, there's a female flower. Let's cut it right at the base. Grab that. Now we'll get a couple more of these. I don't know how many. 6 or 7. And, well, it depends how many I got on my plant, but I'll see you when I got all those ready. Okay, there's our female flower. Tied it shut so no bees can get there before us. Then we have 8 male flowers, and we'll pollinate it with these. And we're gonna peel the, here, let me see if I can do this one-handed. It's kind of hard. Well, you peel all the petals back, like I did on that one side, and then I'll show you what to do with it later. Okay. We got one of our female flowers. Well, male flowers. That's the female right there, has a pumpkin under it. We're just gonna take this and go around that, and then you have your little thing, and it's full of pollen. Now let me untie our, there's another look at that. See all the pollen over it. Ooh. Right there has a deformed lobe. I don't know if that'll affect the pumpkin or not. We'll just have to see. So you take your little flower and just have to rub it on every crease. Sorry if you guys can't see that well. It's really hard to get on film. It's only one person out here. You're gonna get all of your pollen rubbed on that. All the lobes, under, on top. Okay, that's one. Uh-oh, it broke. Oh, get out of there, bee. One broke, so I'm just gonna do it with my fingers. And after we're done, we'll take one of the plant's tendrils, one of these things, and if I can get one off, they're pretty strong. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Get. One of these things and just tie it shut. That's what I had it tied shut earlier with. Bee, get out of there. Can you? Yeah, get. Don't sting me though. Get out of there. Get out of there. That's what you don't want in there. A bee. Yeah, get out of there. Go home. Go home. There we go. As you can see, that's coated in a lot more pollen now. That has a better chance of being able to take where are my shears? Cut that off. Trying to get a tendril off. Okay. I got one. Surely this is long enough. I don't even know if it's in the frame. It's so big. Now tomorrow, well, either tomorrow or the next day, I'll come out here and I'll come and peel all these petals back. So, if you don't do that, your blossom end will maybe rot. Blossom end rot. That's your blossom. So if you leave these off on there and the petals start rotting, it will just make your blossom rot. That won't be any good. And then your pumpkin will start rotting, so we don't want that. Okay, so that's how you pollinate a pumpkin. Let's hope it takes. Now let's go look at my other pumpkins. Okay, I want to come in with a short little clip because after I watched today's video, stupid gnats, I didn't get any good shots of showing you what a male and a female flower looks like and what is the difference. And I didn't tell you why I was pollinating them. So, first things first, the reason why we're pollinating it is to control the genetics of this pumpkin. So this would be a 2035 haste pollinated by itself. Now this is a whole different conversation. Now we could take 420's flowers over here and pollinate haste with those flowers, then it would be a 2035 haste pollinated by 420 Baker. So that's why we pollinate, because if you can let the bees do it, like the bees can do it, but as you saw earlier, one snuck into the flower while I was trying to pollinate it. So that's why we pollinate, because a bee can sneak in and have some kind of wild gourd and you don't even know, and pollinate it with wild gourd. Now when you pollinate it, it controls of what your pumpkin is going to be next year. So here real quick, I'm going to give you a shot of the female and male flowers. There's a female flower. See the pumpkin under it and everything. Walk over here, see if we can find a Ooh! That toad scared me. Here's one that's going to open tomorrow, and that is a male flower. And when you look under the bottom of it, there's no pumpkin. So that's what we would pollinate the female flower with. So that's why we pollinate and how the female and male flowers look like. Okay, there's 420, Baker's pumpkin. It's 10 foot out, so I think we'll take it. And so the vine was running this way, right down there, but if we wouldn't have turned it that way, it would have been scratching the pumpkin up. So we did what was called an S curve, where you go, as you can see, it's kind of an S. Just U it out, and that pumpkin has plenty of room to grow. She's pretty big. So I've been putting a lawn chair over her for shade, so I'm gonna get that back on there, and I'll show you. If we walk over here to my other plant, when we were camping, we had a pumpkin bloom, and that's too far in, but it's such a pretty pumpkin. Probably want one about 10 or 12 foot out, but we're just gonna see what happens. And as you can see over here, I'm turning, oh, I didn't see that, right there. There's a little female, and there's a secondary sideline. We don't want those. I'll go grab my shears. Where are they? It's always a treasure hunt for your tools. There we are. Okay, got my shears. Little female pumpkin, but that's on the sideline, so we don't want that. There you go. Nice thing about the goat pen. Come on, goats! I don't know if you can see them over there, but they can eat my pumpkins. The pumpkins that I cut off, of course. So, earlier that we saw that secondary sideline, it's no good. We'll throw that over there to the goat pen too. I scared him. I'll eat all that up. So, as I was talking about our side vines, we're letting them go straight, and then you see that stick, that's their end of their pen. Well, that's their end of their plot, so we're just turning them up and letting them grow all the way to the fence. And as I said, they'll put down secondary root systems. Well, let's see if I can show you an example. There we go. Nope. Come on. We need a good example of a secondary root system. There, I think that'll be a good one. Let me find one. I promise I'll show you guys one. There we go. We take all this dirt away. There's not one right there anyways. I don't know, I'll get back to you when I find one that I can show you. Okay, I finally found you an example. Well, see that little thing? That's a root. It was out of the ground when I got up here, so dig a little hole for it. Stick it back in there. Okay. That's why when I show you all my side vines and stuff, they have dirt piled up right there. Every single one of those will send out a root system. So, here's a better example. We're just turning the side vines up and letting them all grow to the fence once they get past their barrier. As I said, I have a lot of work to do today. While I'm out here, I'll just show you my watermelons. They've got pretty big. Way out there. And that one, we got plastic laid down. I'll probably come through here today and weed all that out. And here's another watermelon. It has a little watermelon on it, but we're not going to take that, I don't think. And here's one thing that got really bad. The weeds in the garden. The weeds everywhere. Weeds. So I'm going to weed all this today, and I don't think I told you guys, but a couple days ago, well, it was yesterday, we harvested our first okra, and it looks like we have a couple that are ready to harvest today too. Right there, that one's ready to harvest. We'll come through tonight and harvest that. We'll have some fried okra. There's a couple more that are ready to harvest. Awesome. And there's our jalapeno plants. And that's a funny story. Last year, we had a big cherry tomato plant right here. And this one came up wild. And that's just a cherry tomato plant. And we thought it would be funny to grow it. And this is getting out of hand. My tomatoes. Yeah, I don't know what to do. We've got cherry tomatoes all in there though. And my beefsteak There's a beefsteak in there. Vegan. And aromas, they have aromas everywhere. Aromas all over. There's a crap load of beefsteak right there that I can't get to, but I get to them when they're ready. These are our bean plants. We harvested the other day when we had all that okra. We harvested all the beans and some squash from our wicking tubs. We had fried okra, beans, and squash. See, there's a little one. Little bean. Guys, I know I promised you a full garden update, but I just got busy with all my chores and everything, so stay tuned for next week, and we'll do a full garden update, and I'll show you how I fertilize every morning, and what I fertilize with, and how to mix it. So stay tuned for that. And one thing, I got a 1 week picture of 420 Baker, so that I'll show that right now. Guys, don't you think that's pretty awesome? That's how much it grew in 1 week. It's awesome. So guys, that's all I have for today. As I said, stay tuned for next week. Hope you liked the video. Ring that notification bell. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next video.